It's now day 15 of 100 ways I'm using AI to solve self-storage problems. Today, I'm going to be reviewing my new rentals, putting them on a heat map to see where are my new tenants coming from, and we're going to review this over the last 90 days. I'll start with a simple prompt. Show me where my customers have come from over the last 90 days. Most storage software can tell you how many rentals you've had, but what if you wanted to know exactly where those customers came from? With AI, I can generate a custom rental heat map that plots every move in from the last 90 days to help me visualize where my customers are coming from and identify the neighborhoods that are driving my business. That insight can completely change how you market your facility. Instead of guessing where to spend your advertising dollars, you can focus on the areas that are already producing your best customers or uncover opportunities in places you may not be reaching today. Sometimes the most valuable report is the one your software wasn't able to build for you. That's just one more way we're using AI to change the way self-storage facilities operate. To view this entire series, head over to ccstorage.ai. In the previous video, we built a customer heat map to show our move-ins over the last 90 days, and we put that inside of CC Storage. So today I'm going to show you how you can build that report just using Claude and run it in Claude. So if you're not using CC Storage, you could be importing your reports from your current software, and then you could run this report inside of Claude to show that data. And then while I'm building the video, though, rather than me actually adding CSVs, I will be just pulling the data from my CC Storage account because of the direct connector. But you could do this with any software. And so I'm going to show you how this would work with Claude. And then at the end, we'll push it into CC Storage so you can see how it could work with CC Storage if you're a CC Storage user. So we'll go ahead and start off by just making a simple prompt. Again, I'll just do talk to text here for my prompt. Let's build a move-in heat map report inside of Claude that can be saved to our artifacts. I want to see filters for locations as well as filters for move-ins this month, last 90 days, and last year. On the report itself, show me a sum of move-ins along with the revenue generated by those move-ins monthly. Then on the heat map, show me my facility location and then the customers by zip code in bubbles around my locations. Inside the bubble, show number of move-ins and revenue collected. So I'll stop there for 1 second. So this is me again. I'm prompting it a little bit farther because I want to get specific information out of this prompt. Again, you could do this in several prompts. You could start it off and you can keep tweaking it. But in this case, now this is when, if I'm using a different software, I'm going to drag and drop a CSV in and it will read that and build a report. But since I'm building this with CC Storage, I'm going to just take my prompt a little bit farther and we'll keep going and say, using my CC Storage connector, pull my data from my CC Storage account. And we'll go ahead and send that prompt. So then this should build out a report for me now that I'll be able to preview inside of Claude. It will give me a link that I could share. And so I could, pass that over to my managers. They could also view the report, and I could put it into my artifacts. And if you've never used artifacts, artifacts would show up here in my dropdown on the left-hand side inside of Claude. And then every time I open that artifact, it would regenerate that report for me. I could also tweak it, change the chat, prompt it farther, that sort of thing within Claude. So we'll start off by making the artifact report, and then at the end, when we have it exactly the way we want, I'll also push it into CC Storage so you can see the comparison. So this is now completed. It built it out this way. Again, we can prompt changes if we want to see a different map, if we want it to be more interactive, if I want to be able to manipulate this map differently, I could prompt in different map tools to have it display differently. But this is going to show the filters on the report. Up here, I can see my total move-ins. I can see for last month, this month, last 90 days, last year, with a bar graph showing me the growth in those move-ins or for those months. I can filter it down to specific locations if I wanted to see that. So just so you can see kind of how that charting would work and how this report was built inside of inside of Claude. Now, if I wanted to go ahead and make this an artifact, if I go over here to my artifacts, it will not show up yet. It's still just not listed there. So I'm going to go back here. Here's the report. I'll simply go here and I'll hit publish as an artifact. And then that will create this into my artifacts list. So I can hit publish and copy. I can grab this link. I can share it with my team. But then if I go into my artifacts now, I would see, I'll be able to see this show up here in 1 second. Let me go ahead and refresh this. So I'll refresh that, and now I'll see my heat map, move-in heat map here. And when I go to this, it will pull this all back in. And again, so I can prompt this down farther. I can make changes to it. I can change the way this would look if I wanted to go through here and have it display data a little bit differently. Again, I don't love the way this one looks, but again, this was just the original version that it spun up. Now, if I wanted to go a step farther and say, let's create this into CC Storage, I'll simply go down here and continue the prompt. Using my CC Storage connector, create this report under company reports. So I can tell it which section of the reporting I want it to go to, if I wanted it to go into billing or unit reporting. But I'm going to put this into my company reports, and then we'll show you what that looks like. So once that's done, it's created successfully. Here's where it's going to be. It's going to include filters, KPIs, 2 charts, move-ins by month, and a bar graph. So now we'll go over here to my CC Storage account, and I will refresh my page here on reports. And now I'll see my move-in heat map that was just created. I'll select this. I'll select a location to run it by. Let's run it by this month. Let's run it over the last 90 days so we can see the bar graph. We'll run the report. 12 move-ins, $1,575 rent value added, average rent per move-in. Again, then there's the bar graph showing months and the growth. So you can, again, get some different visual effects. If I wanted to see this here, I can go here and I can see 2 move-ins for $215 a month. And then underneath of it, I can see by location and by month for that revenue that was added in case I wanted to go back up here and add additional locations or anything to the report. So that's just a quick example of how we can build a customer heat map using only Claude, importing CSVs, or we can use the CC Storage data to import and then to build a report in Claude and push it into CC Storage and how it shows up on the mapping tool.